Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. I am Jaylee. This is JayLeesCorner. This is my review for the Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 6, Episode 6. Okay, let's get into it first. Y'all know to subscribe to my channel to become a whole JayBird, dun, and all that goodness and stuff that is subscribing to JayLeesCorner, okay, which is here, but also subscribing to Jaylee's Corner Talk. The link to that channel is in the description box below every single video. Jaylee's Corner Talk, I have some good content up there too now. I got story times up, okay? So go ahead over there and check it out. Anyway, do not forget to also like this video, comment in the comment section, hit the share button, share on your social media to relax, to relate, to release, to yourself and everyone around you. Also, do not forget to inhale and to exhale to make yourself be calm, cool, and collected. Y'all know to follow me on social media on Twitter at JayLeesCorner. Okay, I'll be on Twitter sometimes too. On IG, it's J_Lees_Corner. Please and thank you. Okay, y'all should really follow me. I am such an active person, okay? Be it like the video and subscribe, okay? Y'all know I'm on CashApp too. If you want to donate, it is greatly appreciated. You don't have to, but thank you to the few folks who have been sending me little bits here and little bit there. Every little penny, dollar, 5, 10, 20, 25 is all thankfully welcome and whatever. Now let's get on to this foolishness. Okay, I feel like the episodes are running together. I'm like, was this a filler episode? Because I was like, it was really like two conversations that were stretched against an whole hour. Okay, now we see the episode picks off where the last one left off with Gizelle and Karen at the table, kind of going back and forth, back and forth. It is 3 a.m. No lipstick. I'm bare face, leave me be, okay? And I have work in the morning. Anyway, Gizelle is still saying that I did not wish death on Ray. I want Ray to live. I want Ray to pay his Irish bills and whatever. Now Karen is, they're all saying, well, Karen, that was 4 years ago. I don't care when it was or whatever. I'm saying the issue is this is really between me and Giselle anyway. So I don't really care what y'all saying. Okay. Now Ken, like this is look, y'all have both said crazy things about each other. Okay. Both y'all have said some foul shit. We then see over all the seasons the thing that both Giselle has said and that Karen has said. Neither one of them is innocent. Okay, neither one. At any given time, they be like, pew, 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 pew. They shoot each other with insults and haterade or whatever. So it's an even playing field around here. Okay, now a scholar was talking. I didn't care. I'm like, Scholar, you are a friend of a friend, okay? Because Robin, in my eyes, is still a friend of the show, and Scholar is her friend. Hush up, Scholar. I thought we'd be here, drinking. We don't care. Be quiet. You have no dog in this fight. You haven't been around long enough to even have an opinion on this. Okay? Hush it on up. Anyway, now Mia, to me, okay, at least because Mia at least is holding a champagne glass this season, so I have to at least listen to her. Now, I think that we can mend this. Okay, if y'all can just mend this, we could possibly still have a really good time this weekend. I just wish, I hope that people can acknowledge the hurt they have done to someone. Now, when Giselle said, well, Karen can't, Mia then says, okay, Karen. And I'm telling this to both of y'all, can everyone acknowledge what they've done? Giselle then said, I am done with everything, even the friendship with her. Because Karen can't fix her face to say sorry. I was like, oh my God. So Karen then said, look, if she can acknowledge that, she regrets using the word death when it comes to my husband, I'm done too. I was like, at least they agree on that. Okay, look, I don't think either of them owes the other an apology. Because this is the thing. Giselle wants Karen to apologize for saying things that were already in the news. People was already saying Jamal ain't shit. He got other kids or whatever. He's using Giselle. It's a fake relationship. So Karen ain't said nothing that wasn't already being said by everyone else. That Monique actually brought up on stage. That's one thing. And with Karen, You can't be getting mad about something that was said 4 years ago. You can't say she said it, it hurt my kids, and I'm just bringing it up now, but it is old. It is old, okay? And she didn't wish death upon him. But I can also agree, don't use death and someone dying at all. Leave that be. But I'm gonna leave that. I'll leave it alone. Now Candiace gonna say, it's just so childish to keep fussing about old stuff. I'm like, Candiace, take your own advice, okay? Because if you are mad at anybody about old shit, Ashley, Karen, you also need to be an adult and leave that shit in the past. Make amends, and keep it pushing. I'm gonna leave that be too. Now we do see Karen, Winnie, and Skylar going over to the cottage. Now the cottage is like 5 minutes away from the house. I mean a 5 minute drive. Okay, they have to drive 5 minutes to get over. So I'm like, that means the main house is nowhere near. It's not close to the cottage. The cottage is away. Okay, it is further away. Anyway, they had to drive over there. Now, it was a cozy little cottage. Okay, we'll say that. Um, but a scholar called her husband, okay, and said it's it's like a 3-star accommodations. Okay, so I'm like, a scholar, you are barely on the show, ma'am. Hush. It's a free trip. You ain't pay for this. Hush. I find it so weird when newbies complain about the accommodations as if you ain't paid for nothing, ma'am. Nothing. And it's not bad. It wasn't, look, as y'all can see from the outside of the house, it wasn't a mansion, but it was a nice cottage, clean, it looked cozy. Nothing was wrong with the cottage. Stop being uppity and sedity, a scholar. Okay, am I not gonna like a scholar? I don't not want to like her. But I'm like, don't be a Robin. Don't be a Robin, okay? Anyway, so we do see Ashley and Michael. I had a photo. I took it down. They at the house taking photos with the babies, and excuse me, she doesn't want to get back to being a hermit crab. She does not want to, be in the house with the kids, kind of, dealing with postpartum, not getting out the house. She does not want to get back in that slump. So she's going to have a night nurse come around and everything. So, because I was tired, she's going through 2 kids, 2 diaper changes. She might be changing my, I don't know. But again, it's a lot on her. So they agreed to have a night nurse come, but she wants to get out and about or whatever. So she's going to go to the girls' trip for a day. Now, I'm not going to bring up Gizelle because Gizelle told Ashley that she was single now and ready to mingle, ready to date. So, Michael, do you have anybody that she could date? He was like, no, I don't know anybody. No, I mean, is Juan available? I'm like, Juan? What? And she's like, no, Juan is with Robin and they're not married yet. Oh, I know. I told you it wouldn't happen. I told you that shit. I told you, niggas. Hey, that's not him. That's me. Anyway, his thing was, if Juan wanted to marry Robin, it would have already happened. Robin is using the excuse of the pandemic. I mean, Michael being messy, he need to shut up. At the same time, there's validity to what he's saying. This is my thing, and this is for me. I'm not Robin, I'm not Wine. If we have had this tumultuous relationship, got divorced, stayed together in the same household or whatever, and for all this time I wanted him back, and he now wants me back too, and we're engaged, I would have a ceremony. Okay, if I want to plan a big wedding for later, fine. But he's my husband now because I wanted to marry him. I would not wait for, because this is my thing. Some people just want the wedding and not the marriage. And my thing is, I will be willing to wait for my big wedding if my thing is building a bond with my husband. So I can agree, for me, I would have something really small for me and him to be husband and wife. And the big wedding is later. That's just me. That's just me. Anyway, so we do see Robin and Gizelle, okay, in their room. Where is that? Talking shit. Okay, because they feel like, Wendy is dressed too provocatively, or she acting different. Her personality is different, or whatever. It's something wrong because she's so different. Now, Robin even said, Wendy's bodysuit made my cooch hurt because it was too tight and she kept getting wedges or whatever. And that's not the Wendy I met last year. Gizelle brings up how, it's like she has no substance this year. You know what I'm saying? And, there's this whole rumor about her, about Eddie cheating on her, or whatever. So maybe she's compensating for him cheating on her by her getting her body done to make herself more happy, or make him more happy. And I was like, girl, really? Now, Wendy and Skylar and Karen are another house. Wendy looks great. Okay, let's make that clear. Look, Wendy looks amazing. Is her titties out too much? Yes. However, them her titties. Okay? If she want them out, that's on her. Is she dressing differently this season? Yes. Is she showing off more skin this season? Yes. However, she looks great doing it. Is it different? Yes. Things can be actual and factual and not be shady. Now we know that Robin and Gizelle are being shady, but me saying she looks amazing. However, it is a different Winnie this season than we saw last season. Two things can be true at the same time. Okay. And sometimes I think Winnie needs to stop defending the fact that she is different this season and accept the fact that she is different this season because she is. She knows that. But there's nothing wrong with how she looks. There's nothing wrong with how she dresses. However, she does look and dress differently because she did get her body done. She does feel different this season. She does act different this season. That's not a bad thing. It's just a fact. The only ones being shady about that to me is Robin and Gizelle because neither one of the motherfuckers have anything to do this season besides poke, 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 poke at different folks. As a fan of the show, I can say again, Wendy looks fucking amazing. Wendy also looks different. She is acting different. But ain't nothing wrong with that. I'ma leave that be. But when they go around there chitting chatting or whatever in the house, Wendy walks in and of course they pipe down because neither of them wants her to know they're talking shit about her behind her back. Now, oh hey, your titties all out? Yes, her titties are all out. But Skylar also walks in and they ask, well, how are the accommodations at the cottage? Skylar say, it's like a 4 out of 10. Gizelle then say, oh, so it's the servants' quarters. And it's kind of say, yeah, I'm like the servants' quarters. The servants, okay, okay. Gizelle, that, I don't like bringing up colorism on these shows. However, sometimes a thing is a thing. And things that Gizelle says come off a little bit colorist. I'm gonna leave that be and move on. Now downstairs, him downstairs, we do find out that Gizelle is playing a water aerobics for the morning. Okay, cool. Now they all go to dinner at some place that would not, they sit around, sit around, sit around. We have one side of Robin, Mia, Candiace, and Gizelle, and the other side, of course, is Wendy, Escala, and Karen. Um, Candiace looked great. Y'all know I don't like Candiace. She's growing on me a little bit, but I also feel like it's too early to see. I need to see a full season of Candiace not irking my nerves for me to say I no longer don't like her. I still won't buy her music. I still won't follow her on social media, but I can say she's growing on me a little bit, okay? Because she's not been the aggravating brat that she's been the past season. So I can give her that, okay? Anyway, so sitting around chitting chatting, what I'm saying? Candace brings up how, her and Chris and how she realizes that their gender roles are a bit different because Chris is the one who cooks or whatever the other things around the house, whereas she is the one because he isn't working right now either, but she doing this and doing that, and how he's her manager now and whatnot. And they're like, well, how do you pay him? Like, does he get paid for that? I pay him in pussy. Okay, is what you basically said. But I still feel like part of the money that she makes, it also goes to him because he's her husband. So again, you know what's all relative. Now she also brings up how at time they do argue, whatever, because she feel like there should be a clear time cutoff between manager Chris and husband Chris. If I've been in the studio all day and it's 10 p.m. or whatever, he should not be able to tell me to get up and do something work wise because you're my husband right now, not my manager. But I'm like, Candiace, that means you need someone else to manage you because managers sometimes will call you all day and all night if it's about business, and you need to get that. Sometimes he may need to tell you shit at 10 p.m. at night, okay, and that's just what's going to have to be. But I'm gonna leave that be too. So when Gizelle asked, well, how does your mom feel about, Chris being your manager, she hates it. She thinks he's going to steal my money. She wants all the money from me, whatever. However, because I'm working, he isn't, or whatever. So, what I'm saying? He's using me to get what he wants from me or whatever. And then she said, but for me, I would have married him if I thought that of him. If I thought he would be the kind of person, we wouldn't have got married. And I'm going to say this about that. You can marry somebody and not have any idea the amount of fuckery they will put you through once they not working. Okay, because many of people, men and women, has married someone who you had no idea that a couple years down the line of the marriage, all of a sudden they want your money. Mary Black and can do. Um, Kelly Clarkson, her like it's people who have went through that, and you be like, I can't believe my want my money. I can't. What is so? I like that she's saying I know him, but ma'am, you know someone until you do not know someone. So just keep your eye on him. And I hope Chris isn't that person. I hope it don't come to that. But I like folks to be clear about you never know how someone could switch years later. But I'm gonna leave that be. So Gizelle basically say that, well, there could be resentment later within the marriage. You know what I'm saying? Because with him as your manager, he's sitting back managing you or whatever, and there could be resentment because he's still riding your coattails. And I was like, Gizelle loves having opinions on marriages when only one she had failed. You know what I'm saying? And then her advice is always a bit negative, okay, and putting seeds of doubt in people's head. Gizelle, we don't need your opinion, okay? Now, Candiace, which I'm going to applaud her. I'm going to applaud her. Not too loud. But I like how she said, I can see how you can feel that way. However, at the end of the day, I know my marriage and I know our dynamic, okay? And I trust my husband. And both Karen and I was like, girl, yeah, just saying 2 snaps and a circle. Because again, she know what she know right now. It doesn't mean that later on he could not be a Jamal Bryant. But let's be clear, Jamal Bryant was Jamal Bryant before he married Gizelle Bryant. She knew Jamal was a dog. Okay, Chris seemed to not be a dog in the beginning. Jamal was always Jamal. Okay, so girl, let that be. Now Robin brings up how the way that Chris tries to get Candiace in line, for work or whatever, that Juan does the same for her. Chris wants you to get up and do some work. Juan wants me to get out the bed. Now, I need some water. I feel like, well, you know what Juan wants, so why don't you just do it? Okay, that's the weird part. You won't do it. Take a minute and like the video. Because I needed some water, okay? And I'm back. So Robin brings up how Chris wanting Candiace out the bed is the same as girl wanting Candiace out the Candiace doing work. That's how Juan wants her to get up and do something or whatever. That I'm saying I'll be in the bed till 10 a.m. I watch TV for an hour, and my day won't start till around noon. But I have things to do. I just don't feel like getting up. I can understand Robin because I'm not a morning person. But at the same time, it's 3:24 in the morning and I'm working. And my hours for work are later. So sometimes I do not get up early, but I get up when I have to do things. Um, Robin saying I have shit to do and I just don't get up is different. I sleep in late because I'm up late working. I feel like are you sleeping in because you're working late hours, or are you just sleeping in just because you want to? So I'm confused. Um, she brings up how she has like seasonal depression. Okay, and Gizelle adds, no one wants to marry somebody, who when they think what they're doing is unattractive. If Juan told you, you not being up early is not attractive to him, you should change. Have you made any changes? She's like, well, I haven't. But again, I have seasonal depression. And Karen said Giselle loves tearing folk down versus lifting them up when they're telling someone about whatever they're going through. And that's true. Giselle consistently goes to the negative part of it before she ever gets to the supportive part of her conversation. But that's because she ain't shit. Now Giselle then asks, "Well, are you neglecting the kids?" And Robin says, "Well, yeah." I'm like, "Bitch, what?" When Robin admitted, I said, "Robin, what do you do?" Robin, no. But when Robin admitted to, in a way, neglecting her children. And she brought up how one of the boys had like like 3 days or whatever. And this school year, whatever, he had like a 48. I'm like, oh, that's failing. A 48% is failing. So she knows he's not even helping her kids well. I'm looking like, Robin, you need to do something. So for her, she know I could do more for my kids. And if I was more productive, my business could be better off too. And it's not because I'm just not doing it. I'm like, so she know that she's not in a good place. And she's just not doing shit. Now she brings about she thinks she may need to talk to somebody, either a therapist or a life coach, because Robin needs help in general. Robin needs to pull her face out of this pussy by her ass and get on her job as a mom, as a fiance, as a businesswoman. Because again, Giselle don't have no business. You have I had business. Who you say is doing good, I don't know. I don't know. But again, if you have this, you need to get off your ass, because when they put you off this show for being boring, what you gonna do? Okay, what you gonna do? Okay, let me know. Anyway, they all tell her how, they've all been through this. They've all had moments of feeling depressed or feeling overwhelmed, and about business, family, love, or whatever it may be. They've all been there. She's not alone. And the first step is talking about it with your friends so they can help you. The problem is, if she only talking to Giselle, that ain't gonna help no damn body. I'm gonna leave that be too. Now, Wendy then said, I've been through the same thing. I'm going through that right now. I'm also at a point where I'm feeling overwhelmed with all I have on my plate. Honey, I'm like, why did she speak up? Which made Giselle and Robin zero in on her and try to say, what, we think you're different this year. Your how you dress is different, your vibe is different, whatever you're saying. You weren't Robin said you weren't as loose, lad. I said, bitch, loose? She was is a coochie look. You were, because you be dancing and whatever and twerking. And again, Wendy is different this year. That's not a fact. However, they're looking at it as a negative. Whereas I think the fans were just like, she different. She's different. Wendy is, but Giselle and Robin is looking for flaws, because Giselle needs somebody's marriage to attack. So I can say, oh, okay, yeah, Wendy is different because her husband's cheating. She is dressing different because her husband's cheating. Okay, she got her body done because so she wants whatever thing to take it back to because her husband's cheating. Okay, and when Giselle, I've seen your breasts and your body more in the last 6 months than I've ever seen the whole time I've known you, whatever. And then I like how when he was, look, you can't put me in a box. I'm saying you cannot allow people to put us in a box to where we can't be sexy and also have substance, because they said you don't have substance. I said, hey, she lost her substance. Anyway, and Mia said she disagreed with Wendy in saying that people put us in a box that we can't be sexy and have substance or whatever, and I can't be like a professor and not also be sexy. And when Mia said, I feel like, we would never see Michelle Obama or Oprah with their breasts out, I agreed. I did. And this is the thing. There's a time and place for everything. In some professions, you just don't dress as sexy at your job. It doesn't mean that when you leave your job that you're walking out the building outfit to your house can't be sexy. And two things can be true at the same time. We won't see Michelle Obama with her tits out. We won't see Oprah with her tits out. We don't have to see Wendy with her tits out, but Wendy also won't have her tits out at the school. Wendy won't have her tits out on CNN if she's commentating. I don't see an issue with her having her tits out on the show, but I feel like Wendy is doing it because the whole episode she kept fixing her clothes, trying to cover on up because the stuff she had on showing off her body didn't fit well. And I do feel like a part of her was, kind of still fidgety because I think she's still not fully confident in this new body either. So again, two things can be true at the same time. I don't think Professor Wendy going into Johns Hopkins would have worn this. I can say that to be true. She's not gonna wear this to school or even to work. No one is gonna look. There's not many people who work. This isn't a work outfit. Okay, so it's true. It's not that you're in a box. However, you not gonna wear that to work and if you say you would, you lying. So I agree with Mia on that one part. That sometimes within your profession, you do have to dress a certain way. However, what I will also say is outside of work and that person's career, in their home life, in their personal life, they can dress however they see fit. Anyway, so because it's just if my child said, "Look at my teacher," what the fuck? Why is her titties out? Her titties should not be out. She can have big tits all she wants. But it doesn't mean that at the school they will be out. I'm gonna leave that being and we're gonna move on. Okay. Now Wendy then goes into how, she felt like it's triggering to have all of her accolades and all of her qualifications or whatever being questioned based on how she dresses. I'm not questioning if she's a good doctor, a good mom, a good wife, a good commentator. I'm not questioning that. But I also feel like we can't ignore that you look different this season. And then I don't see no issue with it, but I can still say I noticed it. Boom, pow, bow. And when Gizelle then said, well, I just feel like, you were still sexy last year, but this year it's just different. But were you not confident last year in your body? Because when you then said how, no one can define my sexiness except me. You can't define that, only I can. And, any woman who was 2 months postpartum after baby would feel some kind of way about their body, which is true. So Robin then say, oh, so do you feel more confident with your new body? And then I was like, okay. And the consensus came down to Gizelle and Robin's full of shit. And they're trying to poke at Wendy. At the same time, Wendy does not want to fully recognize for the fans. And I guess it's because at this point in time, she's going to be based it on the ladies. But I fully, Gizelle and Robin's full of shit. But I also want Wendy to admit, it is shocking. You know what I'm saying? And if she wasn't as confident with her body last year, that's unfortunate. And it's a great thing that this year she's becoming more confident in who she is. But I still feel like that does not mean that she's any less of a doctor, any less of a mother, of a professor. She's not any less of those things, but you do look different, Mara. And that's what it is. But again, fuck Robin, fuck Gizelle. So, but she just does not want to be judged based on how she's dressed, and Gizelle and Robin are judging her for that. And that's why I say they not shit. Okay. Now Gizelle brings up how I just know not the, I'm like, what's the editing for? Because I'm like, how we get to here? Because Gizelle then said, well, I just know that you were coming at me as neck and I don't get why. I'm like, how did we get here? How did we get to how she dressed had anything to do with her going off or fussing with Mia? And Mia then said, well, I did, not get why you were so mad at me. Wendy then said it was an accumulation of days building up and me being upset. But they never show why, because it did not make any sense. But I'm gonna leave that be. Okay. Gizelle just said, I still feel like Wendy's different and masking something that she isn't talking about. I'm like, Gizelle, fuck you. Because, yeah, that ain't what it is, mama. It's not that. She doesn't look different. It's fine. It's fine. But a scholar then say, I got one for you. Hey, Gizelle, question, okay? Now, there's been all this conversation about you, about Jamal or whatever, because that has been a topic too. So we're all wondering, since we're all questioning people at the table, because again, Gizelle questioned Candiace, she then questioned Robin, she then questioned Wendy. So it's kind of thing was okay, since we are questioning people, Gizelle, what's up with you and Jamal? Because that's also something that people want to know about. That's what's going on. And when Gizelle then said, I will not discuss um him in front of trolls who lie about him and make, I'm like, bitch, no one lied. It's true. He may not have had another baby, but Jamal has always been a past the penis person, pastor in the pulpit around these parts, okay? Anyway, but it's like, I'm not going to discuss that or whatever in front of that troll or whatnot. I will talk to you in private, Scholar, because I'm not going to have the conversation around her. And Wendy, I think a Scholar, and Candiace said, well, that's not fair. How was that even fair? That's not fair, Gizelle. Well, yeah, because she talked, no, whatever. Karen, look, you know what I'm saying? You don't speak on me as a liar. Don't call me no liar, okay? Because your whole life is a lie, okay? Your whole life is a whole lie. You want to have an opinion and question everyone else, like, but got questions on your own life, and you shut down and get defensive and attack everyone else. You are a liar and a stalker, and I live rent free in your head. I said, oh, not rent free in the head. And it's true. Anytime anyone asks Gizelle anything, she comes up with a reason as to why she either can't discuss it or, oh, nothing. Nothing's up. She's a liar. Okay, Gizelle loves pointing fingers, and she never wants to answer any questions. Okay, but I'm gonna leave that be. So back at the house, because they leave in or whatever, and Gizelle don't say shit. Back at the house, Wendy brings about, I did not know that, you know what I'm saying? Gizelle felt I had no substance. I thought we were friends. That was your first mistake. Gizelle is friends to none, okay, but herself. So the following day, we see Karen and Wendy talking, and mainly because Wendy's a bit more covered up right now, and Karen, like, if you covered up for Gizelle, go change right now, okay, right now, okay. You have to realize that Gizelle does the same thing as you as far as how you dance, how you talk, how you act. She does the exact same thing. So do not allow her to dim your light. Do not dim your light for her at all. Okay. And she said, well, no, I'm just, I have my change clothes for some, so I'm going to wear it right now. But it did hurt me that Gizelle said that I had no substance. And she gets a bit teary eyed or whatever. And Karen said, you know what? It's okay to cry right now, but don't you cry around her. Do not give her that, okay? It takes an insecure person to tear down another woman. And I'm like, that's true. I appreciate Karen saying, you can feel emotion here. You can't feel emotion with Gizelle, because Gizelle takes pleasure in knowing she has affected somebody. So break down here, cry right now, do all of that here. Do not give Gizelle the satisfaction of knowing she made you feel any kind of way. Don't do that at the y'all or whatever. So we'll see what happens next time, because that was the whole episode, okay? Next week looks to be good. It looks to be good, okay? But anyway, I'm going to leave that be. Do not forget to subscribe to both my channels, Jaylee's Corner and also Jaylee's Corner Talk. The link to Jaylee's Corner Talk is in the description box below. Y'all don't follow me on social media at J_Lees_Corner on IG, Jaylee's Corner on Twitter. Like and subscribe all up and through. Until next time, y'all, I will talk to y'all later because it's almost 4 a.m. I gotta go. Bye.